Hello and welcome everybody to another fantastic day and season here at the Overwatch Watchers Brawl Season 2. For those of you who may not have caught the first season, highly explosive. I believe the finals are on YouTube. I would recommend going to check it out. But for the time being, we are going to be casting the first game here between Nebula Blaze and Aptyx eSports for the day. I am your caster, Sir Waltham, and with me I have Reagan. Reagan, go ahead and say hello to the people.
Hey y'all, nice to meet you. I'm Reagan from Australia. Hope you guys have a great night.
In fact, I hope we do as well. I hope we're here to see some fantastic Overwatch once again between these two teams, Nebula Blaze and Aptyx. However, before we get started into this game, we do have a little bit of a special guest here. Mazing is going to be here with us from Nebula Blaze. Rye, how you doing today?
Hey, doing good.
So, this is you guys' first game in the Overwatch Watchers Brawl. I don't believe y'all were in last season, is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. This is our first time.
Fantastic. What made you guys, I guess, kind of want to be involved and really kind of get into this tournament this month?
We wanted to just play more competitively than just scrims all the time. Mm-hmm. So we decided, you know what, let's sign up for a tournament. And this looked great, so we signed up for this, the Watchers.
Fantastic. Well, we're definitely happy to see you. Is there any team you're kind of already familiar with, or are a lot of these teams just pretty much a grab bag for you guys?
We don't. I think one of my teammates knows somebody on the enemy team, but other than that, we don't really know any of these teams.
All right. Well, we certainly look forward to seeing it happen here. You don't have to give away too much. I don't want you to show your hand too early. But is there anything we can expect to see out of your team in terms of compositions or even play styles?
I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do.
Okay. Keeping it a mystery, even to yourself. I like that. Always got to keep them guessing. I can respect it. Well, Orion, in that case, I guess I will go ahead and let you go to your team so you guys can go ahead and coordinate and get things figured out. But thank you for sticking around and answering a few questions.
Mm-hmm. All right, see you.
All right, and with that being said, we're going to be hopping on to Hollywood here in just a moment. Reagan, what do you like about Hollywood?
Oh, for Hollywood, first of all, I like the stars there being produced on the stage of Hollywood. And second of all, Widowmakers. That's the stage design. Other than the Ilios map, this is, I believe, the second place where you can shine as a Widowmaker. If you remember correctly, Kefri actually had like 5 mercies pocketing him here today for like a couple of rounds.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can see some good sniping coming out here. We will be just a moment waiting for the hero selections to come online. Both these teams new to the tournament, so we have no idea really what they're most comfortable running, or even what their preferred comps are, anything like that. So it's as much a wild card to us as it was to Mazing here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it and getting a feel for these teams.
Well, that's what wildcards are. You don't know what they are. You don't know who they are. All you can do is play your A game and hope for the best.
Absolutely, and I'm certainly anticipating to see some A game here. We are going to see the team comps come online. Can speak a little bit more confidently for the defending team as they will be rolling out here with the Rhine Zarya. What do you think, Reagan?
Well, I don't like the red team's composition, but the blue team looks solid. As I said, the Widowmaker is not there, but we do see Ashe coming out, and I believe Ashe contributes more if the player is not as skilled to play Widowmaker. And as you see here, it's sort of like a bunker comp without the Orisa. Instead of Orisa, we have Blaine on that Reinhardt, and we will definitely see a lot of rotation here, and yeah, hope for the best.
Indeed, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a GOATS comp come out from Team Aptyx here. As the team gets nestled up into the chokepoint, they're actually going to be taking a quick stint into the media room. Both tanks immediately swinging upon each other, both those Reinhardts, that is. However, Osiris going to get killed early by Gosh Diddley. That will be that Zenyatta Discord Orb taken out very early, and we're going to see Aptyx trying to rotate around the back without that Zenyatta. He will be coming out of spawn shortly, and it looks like they're just going to kind of stutter a little bit here while they wait for him to get back. And they will begin the brawl onto point. Riso going to be chasing down Blaine. That will be a lot of point control gone for the defending team. However, Lucid Science going down also means that that control will similarly be lost for the attacking team Aptyx. However, the kills will start to flow in their favor, so it won't really be that crucial of a loss for the time being. And it looks like they're going to get a large chunk, if not all, of point A off of their 1.5-ist push.
Well, I mean, I don't get it. I saw 5 members of the enemy team against 6 defending players. All you need to do is push and get another pick to get like 4v6. I mean, they're just giving up too much space.
Absolutely, and a fat shatter coming out of Lucid Science, going to be knocking down 5 members of the opposing team. That's going to be a team kill, and that will get them a lot of progress during Streets phase.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bat spawn. That's why I need to regroup here, buddy.
Yeah, a little bit of a solid play here by Aptyx. We will once again see these teams playing around the corner of this saloon. Blaine and Lucid Science trying to swing at each other, not quite having the space. However, the grab going to be coming out of Potato, getting a large number of the defending team. And with that, we're going to see Danny Dillon particularly pushing up aggressive with that brig, followed up by Riso, going to be chasing down that Lucio and closing the kills.
Well, you can look at the bright side here. They did have 5 ultimates, and right now they only have 3. Potentially 3 ultimates coming out. Even the Reinhardt Shadow is going to come up soon. Well, it's a good dry run, but they got nothing out of it.
Indeed, they're going to be going out of the wide entrance. However, they will not be able to get on the cart in time to contest before they get that second point. And with that, it looks like they're going to pull back just a little bit. Tree 6 Mafia not able to make that exfiltration as they may have wanted. We're going to see the team continue to get very aggressive, and a nice pin coming out of Lucid Science onto Rai Amazing. Hate to see that happen if you're the main DPS player for the team. Another shatter coming out, going to have Blaine dropping their shield just in time to have 3 of their team get hit by it. And it looks like Gosh Diddley going to be one of the few people to get out of there alive. Getting chased by the D.Va, however, the pressure's really coming on from the attacking team.
Well, experience here definitely plays a factor. I just don't see them getting that bunch of, you know, ultimate early economy usage out on the red team.
Very much so. I think the numbers are speaking for themselves. We are going to be seeing the rally come out here from Marikai. And the hammer down coming out from Blaine, going to be getting 3, it looks like, off the back of that shatter. The D.Va bomb coming out from Riso, not going to be landing much efficiency. We're going to be seeing Miyok dropping the Transcendence into the grab, saving a few of the teammates. However, Blaine still going to be falling. The hammer down now coming out from Lucid Science, going to be taking down that Brigitte as well as the D.Va. However, it will now just be cleaned up for Team Aptyx. And with a pin coming out from Blaine, getting a little bit of stall, landing onto the Zarya, not able to close a kill off of it though. With that, it's going to be Team Aptyx taking all 3 points.
Well, he, again, just experience coming in. When they know that they have the Reinhardt Shadow, you can't let down their shield. If you let down their shield, at least you have the bubble. And the Zarya had the bubble, but she didn't use it, which just surprises me.
Very much so. It will certainly need to be on Nebula Blaze to put up a very good offense here to be competitive against Team Aptyx's pretty strong first push. We are going to be taking just a few moments to see the team comps that will be coming out here. And now, Reagan, what did you think was kind of the win condition that Nebula Blaze wasn't really able to capitalize on?
Oh, the win condition that Nebula Blaze couldn't quite capitalize on is that they need to drain the ults. They did. And they need to take it slow, play by play, and play smart about it. When I say play smart about it, I mean knowing what ultimates they have, knowing what abilities they have, knowing their own personal playstyle and how that will match up against their own playstyle. It's just these basics that Nebula eSports isn't doing enough against Aptyx, and Aptyx is just that better personally. Like when I say personally, it just basically means their individual skills.
Indeed, it certainly seems that the numbers are coming up to prove that here. However, we're going to be seeing the defense once again popping out. That GOATS comp that has become a little bit more than just standard here in Overwatch. And we are going to be seeing Marikai coming out on that Pharah, getting a little bit of aerial dominance here, however, not really able to put a lot of damage into those tanks. We're going to be seeing the dive tanks played by Blaine, as well as Tree 6 Mafia coming out to dive that upper ground onto the cafe area. Not quite able to capitalize yet, however, having that high ground can certainly be a boon to those players. And the D.Va really doing some solid work played by Riso to kind of neutralize that Pharah, matrixing the rockets when they need to come through. No kills really coming through yet. That is until Rai Amazing gets killed by Potato. Riso then going to be taking out Marikai. The DPS now not going to be there for the defending team. Tree 6 Mafia will be taking down Osiris, but it does not seem like it will be enough, as the kills are now going to start flooding through for the defending team, and that's going to be a hold.
I see a commitment problem here. Like, they are coming in with 6 bodies, but they're not going all the way in with 6 bodies, and there's just not enough peel here for the Hanzo, and that's why you see him going up, and then they just start snowballing.
True, we'll have to watch out for that 3-6 Mafia, and once again, Blaine going to be taking that high ground, diving into Daddy Dylan, going to be dropping Daddy Dylan, in fact, very soon off the bat, not able to defend against that Winston Tesla cannon with a mere shield. The barrier going to be coming out from Gosh Diddley, and Rai Amazing going to be getting a fat eat on Riso going to be eating Rai Amazing's Dragon Strike. That is a crucial ult that they will no longer have in their pocket. And Blaine going to be swung at end. Homicide onto the point will occur onto the monkey. And we're going to be seeing Rai Amazing pulling out the kill onto Lucid Science, but it's not going to quite be enough, as the defenders will once again hold steady.
I mean, what were they thinking? They had like 3-4 people down, and the Mercy decided to rest. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Everything just doesn't make sense currently.
And once again, Blaine going to take that higher ground. Riso going to meet, playing very carefully around that bubble, trying not to take any of that extra damage from those D.Va pellets. The rockets coming out from Tree 6 Mafia, trying to pester the defenders a little bit. However, Potato taking down Marikai, going to be cutting a lot of the DPS out. Potato lasering Blaine pretty much in half, will neutralize the tank, the frontal tank line for the attackers, and it looks like it's going to be a withdrawal.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when a Diamond team faces a top 500 team. The individual skills is not there, there's not enough team communication, and there's a lack of experience, as you can already see, based on the clock, based on the time bank, and based on the score.
And as we set up here, Blaine looking to take that right side angle, perhaps looking to go over or through the choke point. The D.Va Bomb going to be coming out with the Primal Rage. Riso once again eating Rai Amazing's Dragon Strike. Not quite going to be able to find any use for the second time off of that ult. Yoke going to get the kill onto Mariki. However, it still seems like the kills will go in favor of Team Aptyx. The focus not quite being there. The tank's looking a little bit scattered right now for the attacking team. Blaine going to be dropping the D-Mech coming onto Tree 6 Mafia, and that looks like it's going to be another pull for the attacker.
I mean, the team synergy is not there as well. I just feel as if there's no IGL in-game leader there for Team Nebula, and they really need to step it up and use the ultimates that they have. Even though that the enemy does have that graph and bomb combo.
Right, and we will be keeping another eye out perhaps for Rai Amazing's Dragon. This time it does go through, will not be finding any purchase. However, an ult that will find purchase is Riso's self-destruct, getting 3 kills off the back of it. This is going to be the death knell for the attackers here, played on Nebula Blues. And with that, it does, Nebula Blaze, excuse me, it does not look like they'll be able to get onto point, and Aptyx will win the first game.
Based on previous fights here, I could potentially say it's a 3-0 sweep by Aptyx, but we'll have to see. Maybe Nebula will step it up, maybe they'll not. But they really need to change something up here if they do.
Certainly think so. We are going to be, of course, taking it down to Nebula Blaze for the next map choice. Therefore, it will be Aptyx that will decide whether they want to attack or defend first. Should it be a relevant map? And you know, most of the time, if it's King of the Hill, teams don't really have that much of a preference. But in either case, we are just going to be waiting here for the next map to be deferred by Nebula Blaze. Reagan, what did you think overall would be the best map, perhaps, for Nebula Blaze to really try to capitalize on?
I think right now the best map for Nebula Blaze would be Sky Industries, because to be honest, I don't think that many teams know how to play on Vodka Industry. That's why you see five against six scores, like crazy scores. Like if you know there's gonna be a long match, you expect it to have Vodka Industries in it. So it's a risk, but I think it's a risk worth taking.
Absolutely. I definitely don't have to disagree with you there. Aptyx is actually going to be picking a map to ban for the time being, as well as a hero they will be saving. So the pick ban's going to be coming through here in just a moment. However, overall, I think that Nebula perhaps just needing to tighten up a little bit. We've been saying it a lot. The synergy just doesn't seem there. It may be first round jitters. It may be the team being a little bit fresher than perhaps some of the other talent we have here. But either way, I think that we can still see them perhaps pull it together, tighten down a little bit, and really start to claim some more maps or points for themselves.
I mean, for sure. I mean, this is a good learning experience for Team Nebula Blaze. And they'll definitely get something out of here. As you can, I believe they do have a coach as well. So the coach has like a really important job to keep everybody on the point and making sure that nobody tilts and everybody's performing and being happy. So we'll have to see.
Very much so. It looks like the choice might be to save Zen here coming out. Gonna have to see how they choose to play around that, if that does indeed choose to be, or prove to be the case, that they will play around him. As we saw, Zen getting picked in the first fight of the game after the rotation from Aptyx eSports, not appearing to be too big of an issue for Aptyx, but perhaps a bigger concern for Nebula here as we move forward.
I mean, Zen is a powerful character. Those discords, those healing orbs, it is really crucial under the right hands. And there's many combos as well for the Transcendence. So it'll be great to see how Nebula Blaze will be able to use that Zenyatta to their own strengths.
Yeah, I think that having that Discord orb, as we mentioned, can be kind of a great boon to the team. Just having, I think it's 25% more damage applied to any one hero. Focus fire becomes instantly so much more effective onto that hero. You can really burn them down quickly, and if it's a tank, you can take out the front line very instantly. If you have it, and I think an Ashe lands a headshot on any 200 HP hero, it'll instantly take them out. Normally they're left with 5, 10, 15 health left, but it's really has some potential if you play it with some good focus fire.
For sure. And looking at this, they're going to ban Reinhardt. Interesting. Well, we do have other main tank options here. We do have the Winston, we do have the Orisa, and based on Dorado, I would potentially see a Orisa coming up for the defense. As you see, they can use the high ground and rotate efficiently with like a Lucio or like a Junkrat to spam. And for the attacking team, I'll potentially see a Winston, because the Winston will be able to dive onto the high ground and be able to cut them off the rotation.
Yeah, I think that with Ryan being banned, perhaps the most interesting point will be the first one where you have that overpass. Usually for the attacking team, we do see that Ryan kind of try to push forward a little bit, saving the Winston and D.Va more so for second point, or the mobility to quickly navigate through the third point. But I think that Ryan's going to be most noticeable on the first point, yes.
I mean, the third point as well, because as you see the third point, there is like a high ground, but it's usually not that contested, and it's not as important as the first and second point, I believe. So the Reinhardt's going to be quite missed, I would say, on the third point, and potentially we might see a usual 2-2 comp here, 2-2 comp instead of a GOAT based on the third point.
Yeah, if anything, I anticipate we might see that dive goats, but I honestly would not anticipate that being the case. Certainly not for all of the map. I would honestly be a little bit interested to see if, without a Reinhardt, the teams kind of go for, or at least play with the idea of running maybe a pirate ship with that Orisa Bastion on point, with the perhaps Roadhog to get some pulled port combination in there as well. All speculation, but just some potential compositions we still might see from particularly the attacking team on both sides.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And now they have stopped. The blue team has gone to the red, and the red team has come to the blue. And to remind everybody here, the blue team right now is Aptyx eSports, and the red team is Nebula Blaze.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, the teams will be switched, just meaning that Nebula Blaze this time around is going to be attacking. Perhaps a little bit more of a crucial morale spot. When you go through the attack, you know how much you have to be able to hold on the defense. It can kind of be a little bit of a mental game. If you perform really well on your attack, then it can make your defense a little bit easier. You feel a little bit more relaxed. You're able to not be as tense about things. But also the converse is true, where if you do really poorly, then you know you have to be really tightened up and can't give a lot of leeway. So we're gonna have to see how it goes here. However, we will be swinging right on in to Dorado. And I'm anxious to see these team comps. We've been talking a little bit about how they might play without that Rhine, so let's see.
You know, I still don't know which map is attack, which map is defense for the blue or red team. And I've been coaching for 6 months now. I think none of those coaching hours have paid off.
Yeah, so it will be Team Nebula on the attack here to start.
Cool.
And we will now be seeing the team comps come online. And we're actually going to be seeing a little bit of Hammond action here. If Daddy Dylan is going to be sticking onto this pick. Oh, no, looks like I got tricked just a little bit. Going to be switching onto the Pharah.
Oh, we do see that Zenyatta coming out for the blue team as well. And the other ones who didn't ban it, the other ones who banned the Reinhardt, just to remind everyone. And that's it, a dive comp, but on this time it will be on defense who brings out the dive comp. And it'll be quite interesting to see the Pharah and Widow conversation here. If the Pharah does pressure the backline enough, the Widow definitely has enough space and time and freedom to work around the space that was created.
Absolutely, and in fact, we will be seeing the pirate ship come out here. Orisa going to be dropping the shield onto the cart. Rye Amazing on that Bastion, going to be ready to just tear up anything that gets into his sight lines. Lucid Science going to be on top of the building, doing a little bit of laser cannoning the cart here. Not going to be getting any kills off the back of it, though. Riso going to be diving onto Rye Amazing, getting the kill, followed up with Potato. However, Potato also going to be taking out Blaine, performing very strong here. Marikai going to be taking out Daddy Dylan, however, will be fixed by Car Fixer. And in that situation, we're going to be seeing, at least for the time, the defense hold strong here. And now we will see the Genji come out from Rye Amazing, going to be getting off of that Bastion, perhaps deciding that a little bit of a pirate ship comp was not quite the flex they needed here. Potato going to be taking out Rye Amazing just in time, going to be sending them the hard reset to spawn.
I mean, they did bring out the pirate ship comp, and the blue team responded pretty well. You have to attack from multiple angles, forcing the Bastion to pick one, and worked out perfectly.
And Daddy Dylan going to be raining down the Rocket Barrage, getting 3, a massive kills. That is going to instantly turn the fight in favor of Aptyx, and just like that, it's going to be another pretty solid defense. Only Potato getting brought down, but also brought back up right off the back of Karfik.
Well, I mean, I don't know there. I mean, the D.Va must have saw the barrage coming in, and the defense matrix was just not there.
Ooh. Now Potato going to be getting 3 kills instantly off of the DPS tank and support line, one of each. And Riso taking out their compatriot in 3-6 Mafia, or their opponent in 3-6 Mafia. And with that, again, just another defense here by
What
Team
are they
Aptyx.
doing?
And we are going to be having a pause here. It looks like 3-6 Mafia will be having a DC. So we're going to be getting right back into the game as soon as they rejoin us. And Reagan, what do you think the comp is here that Nebula Blaze needs to really kind of focus on to capitalize?
Well, Nebula Blaze right here, they need to counter the Pharah, and Genji, I believe, is not the answer. And Ashe, personally, I don't think so, unless you are mechanical, which sorry, Meraki, but I don't think you are. You need to run those McCree or something like a soldier, where you can have more consistent aiming, whereas Ashe, you just need to either right click, where it's like a Widowmaker, and by the time that you actually get the shot off, the Mercy would definitely already have healed up the Pharah, so they just need someone consistent, and I don't think that the Ashe is answer here. And I saw Blaine diving a couple of times without the D.Va, which is a great concern of mine. And you just saw why you need to dive with the D.Va. Right away, straight off the bat, the Winston dove, and then the Widowmaker just straight away took out the Winston because the defense matrix was not there. And then don't send a Lucio pick here. There's really not that much of a usage for Lucio, because everybody's gonna be everywhere. Like, you see Genji as a dive character, you see Winston as a dive character, you see D.Va as a dive character, and then potentially I only see Lucio peeling for Ana or going for the dives with their dive team, which I don't think is as efficient with the Zenyatta here.
Well, certainly time will tell. The proof will be in the pudding. However, Tree 6 Mafia going to be rejoining our group. The Nano going on to Blaine, who will be hopping into the back. However, getting a little bit separated from the tanks of the defending team. Not quite able to capitalize off of that Nano boost. Osiris going to be taking out Rai Amazing. Nice little cluster of Zenyatta orbs. And Bob going to be coming into the fray. However, not looking like they're going to be finding too much value. Almost peppering Potato just a little bit. However, in that very narrow corridor, not able to get all the shots off. And overall, once again, we're going to be seeing Nebula Blaze going to be repelled here for the time being.
Whoa. The D.Va was the last one to get picked off, and that's a good sign. Because the last time, as you see the previous fights, the D.Va was the first to get picked off. And the stagger is definitely a big plus here.
Very true. However, with the infrasights coming out of Potato, will give positioning advantage to the defending team. Aptyx here. Riso taking this front line, really getting in the face of that Winston and just pummeling the damage into them. Blaine going to be jumping out to try to save, but will not, as Osiris is going to follow up on that cleanup. And Lucid Side is going to be jumping in deep, trying to get the kills. Will get it on Meraki before they're able to get right back into the spawn room. And a few of the members from Team Nebula will pull out, but it will not be enough to continue attacking.
They need to change up their pathing. They're taking the same pathing every single time. I mean, the Zenyatta's right there, no one's feeling for them.
And the Genji Blade going to be coming out of Rai Amazing, getting Potato on the Widow. However, the Transcendence is going to come out from Osiris, perhaps a little bit late. Daddy Dylan also going to be getting kills with their own ultimate. Tree 6 Moxia going to be taking out the main healer for Team Aptyx here, and it's looking like the cart will get a little bit more progress. However, not quite a lot. There is nobody on the point currently for the attacking Team Nebula. As I say that, Potato going to be hopping onto that Hammond, doing a little bit of emergency stall. And it's as the sound barrier is going to come out from Gosh Diddley. Bob going to be also coming out from Meraki. They are really trying to stall and get as much progress on this point as possible. However, they're just getting 1 and 2'd by the attacking team, not really able to get a strong foothold as one by one the members are going to be falling. Osiris going to be popping that Transcendence, trying to give their team a little bit of stand up onto the point. So many defenders are on the point right now. However, the attackers do have the spawn advantage. They really need to start pulling out some kills. However, Rai Amazing going to be the first one to fall in this extended team fight. The pulse bomb going to be going to Tree 6 Mafia, who gets the nano boost as a baby D.Va. That is going to be a very hardy baby D.Va that perhaps can build up that mech pretty quick, but you have to be very careful. In fact, Riso so close to that D.Va bomb, going to be using it. However, there will be nobody on the side of Nebula Blaze to continue pushing the cart, and it's going to stop right there.
I mean, hand off to them to be able to store that card for that such a long period of time. But I mean, come on, Nebula, you have to actually like translate those 2 picks that you got at the start of the fight into the match itself. Like, you can't let the Zenyatta just push you away and kill you. that there needs to be something done about these Zenyatta here.
Well, hopefully we can see a little bit of a change here from Team Nebula. As we've been saying, I keep wanting to see this team really kind of reach their full potential here, but it seems like they're really going to have to ship up and shape up to really show us that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have a like a solid hit scan team, sorry, and they just have to make sure that they play around that hit scan instead of going up and playing their own strats.
Quite so, and as we see the now defenders going to be rolling out with a team comp, the Orisa coming out from Blaine, Treelix Mafia actually going to be hopping onto that Torb. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I hope that they don't actually stick to the top. And yeah, they've changed. And the Junkrat here is going to be interesting as well. Let's see if I got debated or not. But yeah, it will be amazing to see a Junkrat here.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing a little bit of an outback combo coming here from the from the defenders, excuse me. And Lucid Science going to be going ahead and taking that high ground. Daddy Dylan trying to get a little bit of a concussion blast, trying to disjoint the defending team, getting him dislodged. However, Marikai going to be taking out Daddy Dylan with a nice headshot on that Ash, or from that Ash rather. Carfix are going to be bringing up Daddy Dylan, and now Potato going to be reversing the kills, getting the kill onto the Zenyatta. Again, that damage orb will be gone. However, the res coming through for the Mercy once again. And already the cart is so close to that checkpoint, that golden box of victory as it is so often known. And it looks like in just one push, things are going to go the way of Aptyx, and they're going to get this point and take Dorado.
I mean, hands off to the red team here, Team Nebula. They did get that Pharah in trouble. The Pharah was like low health half the time, and at the start she died as well. Oh, here is the play of the game. Enjoy.
Yeah, so we will be seeing in that play just the triple kill coming through from Daddy Dylan, getting, as I mentioned before, one of each. I thought there was a tank in there, but it looks like it was actually two supports, so a little bit of a mistake on my call. I apologize, folks. However, it will once again be on to Nebula to decide the next map, as well as, I believe, a Protect hero coming out through here, so... or a banned map, as well as a protected hero.
Well, just to remind everybody here how the hero system works. So the teams will be able to ban one hero and save a hero, and no heroes will be banned or saved for the first map, like the starting map, which was over before the second map and all the rest of the map basically. The winner of the previous played map will save one hero, and the loser will ban one hero. And the hero bans and saves will last for only a single map. It's all back to square one once a new map starts. And of course, the hero bans are optional.
Yes, so that does mean that, at least for the time being, before we've gotten the saves and bans all through, we might be seeing Ryan come back into the game. We obviously could not see him in that last game due to the hero ban. But overall, I don't know if I would have said that Nebula Blaze would have really been that much better with a Reinhardt. It seemed like they were trying to rely a little bit on that dive that just did not seem to be clicking for them, at least not immediately.
Yeah, for sure. And they have banned HLC. Could you explain that to me? What is HLC?
Horizon Lunar Colony is looking it's going to be the ban coming out from Aptyx.
And they have again chose to save Zen, but they haven't really used Zen perfectly, to be honest, on the card fixer side, who is on Team Aptyx eSports. Well, we'll have to see here. You did see some crazy plays from Osiris at the I think the first point of the Dorado map, where Osiris just went ham on the overtime against Team Nebula.
Very much so. Look forward to seeing how these are going to play out. We are just waiting, I believe, on Nebula Blaze to select the actual map and hero, as mentioned. Well, the next map and band hero, that is. And I think that of our hero pool, or of our, of our map pool, that is, I think I would like to see, Busan's one of my favorite maps, so I think that would be a fun map if we were able to see it here. Going to kind of depend on the choices coming through from Nebula Blaze. However, it looks like they will be picking Anubis, as well as banning Widow here. So I'm interested to be seeing that.
Soldier 76. They are not banning Widow and Burn. Wait, Anubis, Widow, Anubis. I'm slightly confused here.
Yeah, looking like Nebula Blaze not quite knowing the map pool here. As far as assault maps go, Anubis not going to be a map. With Horizon Lunar Colony being banned, the only assault map available would be Hanamura. And of course, the map pool being so far for the entire tournament this month is going to be Hanamura and Horizon. For the assault maps, Control is going to be Lijiang, Ilios, and Busan. The escorts will be Dorado, Route 66, and then hybrids will be between Eichenwald and Hollywood. So obviously we already saw Dorado here, pretty convincing, I would say, in favor of Aptyx, and I think it's looking like they might be trying to go onto the other 2CP map, which is going to have to be Hanamura.
Yeah, Hanamura it is. And Hanamura again, the 2CP map. Whoa. It's definitely not one of my favorite kind of map. But I potentially see a GOAT composition coming out here. It'll be much more efficient, I think, personally. And they have only banned a Widowmaker and Save Zen, so a GOAT composition is definitely viable here.
Yeah, I think that a GOAT's composition can prove to be very effective in providing Blaze, perhaps, or Nebula Blaze, the push they need. GOAT's compositions obviously requiring just a little less mechanical skill and all of that kind of raw inputs, and more so just relying on staying close together, being a little bit coordinated, which I think overall we've seen them kind of struggle with in comparison to Aptyx. But it can still give them a chance to kind of neutralize perhaps one of the things they're a little bit weaker in.
For sure. I mean, GOATs does sort of make up for your mechanical skills, but it will be down to team synergy here and them knowing how to use their alt economy properly, manage their alt economy properly, and how they will actually manage their abilities properly. And we'll have to see. It definitely makes up for the lack of mechanical skills, but if they don't have the knowledge to actually operate on GOATs, it will be quite useless.
Very much so. We are going to be taking it right to Hanamura. I believe that Widow is still the banned pick here. And we are going to be seeing the teams on the same side as Dorado, that is. Nebula Blaze going to be the first up to attack. And do you think that GOATs, as you mentioned before, is going to be what they might end up running, Reagan?
Yeah, I would certainly hope so. It would definitely change the tide around and bring a different dynamic to the match.
Well, indeed it will, I'm quite sure. But however, we are going to be seeing the hero comps coming online here. And again, the Widow will only be banned for the team Nebula Aptyx. I'm sorry, excuse me, Team Aptyx. And with that being said, we're going to see the comps start to come out. It's looking like Nebula Blaze is going to be rolling out on this GOATs comp, as you said earlier. And I'm seeing, it looks like a Doomfist coming out from the defending side, at least for the time being. I'm curious to see how that's going to play.
I mean, I personally believe that Riso is going to be a POG Apart Doomfist. Oh wait, he's going to Zarya now. Oh,
Every
you see
time.
a coming up here.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing that McCree. Played by Potato. Here, hopefully not going to be a Potato on this hit scan character. We'll see how they are able to perform. Lucid Science doing a little bit of a Fire Strike to build a little bit of ult charge, and we are going to have the teams basically go head to head. Blaine going to be getting very aggressive, pushing the team back. Aptyx going to be just falling back quite a bit, giving up that space. 3-6 Mafia getting brought dangerously low and will be demech'd. Mariki going to be brought down early. Blaine slept, however, woken right back up. Will not matter. Riso going to be getting the kill in the end. And the pin coming out long range from Lucid Science onto Rye Amazing. And they're going to be getting aggressive and pushing all the way to spawn.
Well, what we see here was exactly what I expected. The enemy team, the red team here just doesn't really have the answer for the pre-comp.
Indeed, we're going to be seeing the Anti-Nade go on to Blaine. Will not be able to take a little bit of healing for a bit, however, will not stop the team as they just wait it out, and will get Blaine brought back up and healthy to full condition. Lucid Science already having that Earth Shatter, perhaps looking for the opening. The Nano Boost going to be going on to Lucid Science, with the Hammer Down coming out, followed off the back of Car Fixer's Lucio Boop, on to Blaine. Going to be a wild cleanup. That is going to be an almost full team kill with the exception of 3-6 Mafia.
Well, I mean, they need to go in. There's no Maywall to bait out. There's nothing that you need to do except press the E key for Lucio, say speed boost, let's go in.
Yeah, we will certainly have to hopefully see a little bit more solid play coming here from Nebula. However, they are going to be playing here at this choke for the time being, doing a little bit of back and forth. Potato going to be taking the kill out onto Blaine early, who began to swing onto Lucid Science. Did not look like the rest of the team was quite ready to push in. Potato and company going to be doing some cleanup onto the point, and once again, the attackers are going to be repelled.
Well, the bad side here to this is that the team Aptyx will definitely get loads of outcharge out of this. They already have cycled through a Shadow, and I think that Lucid Science is gonna catch up onto Blaine with that Shadow.
Indeed, and we're going to be seeing a very fat Zarya grab coming out on the side of Riso. Going to be getting the kill onto Blaine, which will be enough, it's seeming, to crack the offense here. However, as the grab is going to be coming out for the attacking team, the Transcendence coming out from Osiris, and just to keep everybody happy, healthy, and alive, Riso going to be pushing a little bit far forward, once again pushing up into that spawn, really trying to get aggressive, and perhaps trying to get a little bit more ult charge, rebuild that grab, and have it up as soon as possible mid-fight or even the fight after.
Definitely, the individual skills definitely shows here. They know their heroes better than Nebula does.
We are going to be seeing that beat come out, and as the beat comes out, it looks like the attacking team is going to push on the point. However, Blaine not quite able to utilize the full potential of that sound barrier. The Diva mech by 3-6 Mafia going to perhaps fire a little bit high, get caught on the balcony over the point, not going to get any kills from it. However, as the team now on the attack, we'll just get kind of picked apart here. Potato going to be taking out 3-6 Mafia. That will be both tanks down. And once again, Blaine going to be pushing in, running head-to-head with the rest of the team. However, a 3v6 not going to be quite the most effective option here as we see Blaine drop. And the grab coming out onto the spawn, they are doing an absolutely brutal job at pushing back to spawn onto Team Nebula.
I mean, this is last fight here, and for Team Nebula, they do have that Graviton Surge online, and do have that Nano online. But for Team Aptyx, they have that support ults, and it'll be crucial here.
Yeah, the Nano Boost going to be going out onto Blaine. However, Mariki going to be dropping early. It looks like Blaine going to be able to get onto point, however, not going to be able to capitalize too much. 3-6 Mafia actually taking out Potato. Tracer taking out their hard counter. Blaine going to be taking out the main healer for the defending team, so they will have a little bit of an opportunity here. The main tank also going to be falling, and it looks like Team Nebula is actually going to make some progress on this point. And unless Aptyx try to do some crazy stalls, it looks like they're going to get the first point in full.
I mean, perfect. They got a pick, and they definitely capitalized on that.
And we do see it happen time and time again. The overtime clock starts to ring down. You start hearing that tense music, and everybody in the team finally tightens up, gets together, and just pushes forward to do what they needed to do. And it certainly came through this time for Nebula Blaze. However, they are going to be put to the test here in second point, which is a lot more defender friendly here than it is for the attackers, with that respawn being so darn close. We will be seeing both the Ryans have Earth Shatter, so perhaps seeing that set up. The Nano going to be coming out onto Lucid Science. However, Lucid Science going to get knocked off by Gosh Diddley in the middle of that Nano Blade, or Nano Boost, excuse me, will not have the full damage and tanking capabilities. However, with the kills coming through for the defenders, it looks like Nebula Blaze is going to pull out.
Oh, they're gonna cut them off here today, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be a cutoff. They do have Grappling Surge online, and I mean, if they use it here, it's gonna be a big stall.
Yeah, in fact, the stall going to be not coming through right immediately, and ooh, it looked like Blaine was going to be getting the pin onto the sleeping Zarya. However, the hammer down coming through, going to be stunning him by Lucid Science, who then gets and returns the pin onto him. Lucid Science then doing a lot of damage to the team. The Fire Strike also going to be killing Gosh Diddley, and just using the good old hammer to take out Tree 6 Mafia.
Just feels like Blaine got too excited. You know, when you were in a gold match, and you saw someone sleeping as Reinhardt, and you just want to charge him? Yeah, I think that happened. They just forgot that the Ryan had the shatter, and Lucid Science here just showing the experience that he saw a big opportunity and just shattered away.
Very true. Some solid play coming out of Lucid Science to recognize those openings. And the beat is going to be coming out from Gosh Diddley as the grab comes in. Perhaps the good timing for the defensive ults. However, the kills will now start to go through for Team Nebula Blaze, as 3 kills are going to be going in their favor. They really have to take advantage and take presence of this point if they want to start getting any progress. They will get the first tick, and we're going to be seeing the respawns come through for Aptyx, but they're going to have to get on point rather quickly. May not be able to have the full 6 regroup. And we're going to be seeing the pin come out from Blaine onto Potato. And the kills are going to go back and forth. However, as Lucid Science is going to be getting onto point, the kills will start to swing towards the defenders. And with that advantage, it's not going to quite be enough for Nebula to get the full 3 points.
I mean, look, they got 2 ticks out of it. And the counter grab there was beautiful. And the sleep as well. Oh, Meraki, you made my day.
Yeah, Meraki going to be staggered just a little bit. It will now be a little bit more of a pullback as the team is hopefully going to take their time to get gathered. Amazing taking the opportunity to take a little nap.
This just shows how important the shield is. When the round was asleep, they were just able to capitalize on it.
Very true. And Osiris going to be taken out by their counterpart in Mio. And Blaine going to be taking a nap as well. However, Lucid Science not looking like they're able to get off that Earth Shatter cut down in the middle of it. However, will take out Tree 6 Mafia with a beefy Fire Strike. And the charge going to be coming through, however, not looking to hit anything. And once again, with this high ground dominance, it's looking like Team Aptyx is just going to be holding this point holding this position for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were just let loose for quite a little bit, and they got back on track.
And we will now be seeing Blaine lead the charge with that Reinhardt down the center. And the Boostio going to be coming out, perhaps meant for Blaine. 3-6 Mafia going to be popping the high noon, not going to be finding anything, and there will be nobody to get on point. So it looks like Nebula Blaze going to be getting second point with just about 90%, not completing the map.
Yeah, I mean, it was GG to them. Nebula definitely brought the fight to them, and it just shows that goats, they can run goats. They have the knowledge to do it. They proved me right. And I mean, the next logical step here is run goats again, definitely get a full hold here. And I think that is possible based on how they run goats just now. They just need to get capitalize more on those opportunities, more on those sleeps, and they'll be fine. Honestly.
Very much so. Both Anna's looking to get some pretty decent sleeps through on both teams, so gonna have to keep an eye onto them. Keep an eye onto the spectator camp so you can, or the spectator bars at the top, so you'll be able to tell easily who gets slept and who decides to take a nap. But that being said, we are going to be seeing the comps now come out. Going to be waiting a little bit before we comment on the defending team, so I don't get fooled into thinking that there's going to be a defense Torbjorn when there's not. And it does look like the Reaper is going to be coming out. There will not be that much of a GOATS comp coming out from Nebula Blaze. Not one at all. In fact, they are going to be using that Mei Reaper combo. Reaper being buffed in this new patch. Really some potential, but we'll have to see if they can really optimize and utilize it to their full potential.
Let's just hope that Team Aptyx know how to counter this. But then if they do, GG.
Very true. There is not a lot of wiggle room here for Team Nebula. If Aptyx is able to get it all the way, then they will win the game. Lucid Science going to be taken out early by Gosh Diddley and company, getting a little bit of focus fire, trying to do a little bit of scouting perhaps, not quite able. But they will now be a little bit more aware of the team comps coming through here. And right now it's just looking like a little bit of positioning coming through from Aptyx. Amazing looking ready to get that Mei wall set up, but it's not going to be Aptyx giving them an opportunity quite yet. Amazing setting up wall, then we're going to be seeing another one come out of Riso. So the double Mei walls, the classic ice cream sandwich, if you will. Carfixer going to be getting the first real kill of the game with that Lucio. And however, the kills will now start to flow through for Aptyx as they flood onto point. We are now going to be seeing the rally come out from Daddy Dylan, who is going to be taking it pretty hard into the paint with the hammer down coming out from Lucid Science, who perhaps is getting ready to get a very aggressive push moving forward. No, it looks like they will be pulling back to point. That was just to kind of help out their Brigitte and help put a little bit more pressure onto point. So as soon as that point gets captured, they will be back and ready to get some manpower onto point. The Brigitte going to be getting the nano boost, and we're going to be seeing the Transcendence come out from Osiris on that Zen in response. However, as the kills start to come through for the defenders, once again, when those kills come through, even if it's a 1-for-1 trade, the defenders having such an advantage due to that spawn, and it's looking like the attackers on the side of Aptyx are going to realize that and back off just a little bit.
I mean, hats off to Miyoke, who got that crucial anti-nade onto the Reinhardt, and everybody just focused on Reinhardt, and he died. Perfect story. Perfect nade. Loving. The Ana shows, yeah.
Osiris going to be taking a quick little jump off the map, perhaps just to get regrouped. They were kind of stuck on that far cliffside without any chance of regroup. So instead of staggering themselves, they figured they would just take the quick reset via the death cam. But we are going to be seeing, it looks like Aptyx go for a largely mid push here. The Mei wall going to be coming, separating the Zarya and the Zen. And then we will see the Blizzard come out, however, the Zarya having the bubble for Lucid Science, unable to get the freeze. However, he will get frozen mid-charge and then collapse upon Miyoke. Going to be getting a lot of kills back and forth onto this player, or onto these players, excuse me. Daddy Dylan going to be killing just for the, killing themselves just for the reset. And again, Aptyx not quite able to push hard enough yet.
I mean, Ana shows. Beautiful. That just shows how crucial nade is, and that is exactly why you need Ana here, for that anti-nade.
Indeed, we are going to be seeing, it looked like Blaine trying to take high ground, however, as they realize the team will be pushing down center, they will be hopping down. Grabs coming out from both sides, and support ults also coming out from both sides. Going to be Nebula Blaze dropping that beat with the Transcendence coming out for their opponents. However, the kills will go back and forth. This time it's looking like the kills are starting to tip in favor of Aptyx. However, that may going to have quite a bit of stall potential onto the point. However, as they drop, the ticks will start to be built up here. We're going to be seeing the Hammond come out from Tree 6 Mafia, and we're going to be also be seeing Lucid Science investing that hammer down, that Earth Shatter, just to get the Hammond disabled and get the focus fire really onto that tank character. Blaine going to be hopping on. The stalls are coming in back and forth. We're going to be seeing the Mei get the nano boost, just perhaps to stall a little bit longer. Mei such a powerful stall character. However, Lucid Science going to eliminate even that possibility here in this situation. And the Hammond trying to roll around again. It's going to have to be the defense team just needs to get a couple kills to really start snowballing, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. And in fact, Aptyx is going to once again get this win, and that will be a 3-0 for the series.
Hats off to Nebula for giving a fight and never giving up. The Ana nade here was just beautiful, and the Mei was even more beautiful. I saw many T signs here, and it was grateful to see.
Yeah.
What a win, guys. What a fight. GG's.
Yeah, overall, some good games. I'm glad I got to see both teams perform. And you could definitely see it looked like Nebula was starting to pick it up there at the end. Definitely kind of getting their groove and feeling a little bit more comfortable. At least they looked like they felt a lot more comfortable on that Hanamura map.
Yeah, for sure. They brought out their A game and they went out on a bang, and that's exactly what you want if you are going for a 3-0. You want to be able to full hold the enemy team. And they sort of did, but it was beautiful to see.
Very true. And as per usual, at least for the last end of the last tournament, for those of you who are with us, we are going to be having a little bit of an interview from a player from Aptyx eSports. They will be joining us here in just a second, but that will be Carfixer, who, if memory serves, they were playing on support for Aptyx. I remember them getting a couple of reses on that Mercy, particularly during Dorado. So they will be coming in here in just a little bit. But overall, Reagan, what do you think Nebula Blaze can really focus on to help them in future games?
Look back at this VOD, see what they did well, and definitely capitalize on those analyses that worked so well for them.
Indeed, I think that will truly be the opportunity for their growth and for their potential to really come through and show what they have in store for us in the future. But with that being said, we are going to be hopping onto the mic with Carfixer. Carfixer, how do you feel after that game?
Feeling pretty good. We were kind of under a little bit of time pressure because we have two people who play on Tespa team like that, but felt pretty good. The Ryan ban was luckily not that bad because we actually run, as you saw, Far Widow on that map. But I think our team did actually pretty well. More than usual in this game, just because we were really hyped up for it. But a lot of good work out of all my teammates.
Yeah, it certainly seems so. I think that the numbers definitely seem to show that. It looked pretty dominant from you guys, especially in the first two games, but it looked like y'all were starting to kind of, I don't want to say struggle, but y'all were kind of, the disparity was kind of getting closed between Aptyx and Nebula. Do you think there was anything in particular that would have caused that? Is Hanamura maybe just not a strong map? Or...
I feel like it was... Hanamura is actually one of our better maps. Mostly, I think what kind of messed with us is not only the time crunch, but I think we were feeling maybe a little bit too confident. So, like, the grab on two people at their spawn door probably wasn't needed. We could have used that to win that last fight so they didn't get the cap and the concurrent 94% on us. But I think that was just a little bit of us kind of under the time crunch.
Yeah, absolutely. However, was there anything that you guys were like, that went a lot better that y'all were kind of expecting perhaps to not go as well? Like, were there any compositions you're like, all right, this might be a bit rocky, but we'll see how it shakes out?
Not really. Most of the comps that we ran here are just our standard compositions with either Zen Goats or our protecting the McCree, which was our defense on first point Hanamura. That's just what we standard runs. It wasn't anything. The hero bans weren't really against the comps that we typically run for those maps, luckily for us.
Yeah, I definitely, it definitely seemed like it when you guys ran that Widow Farah. It didn't really seem to be that much of a hamper. Do you guys think that you're going to be kind of deep diving into the research as to what might give y'all an advantage against other teams as we go through the tournament?
Definitely. Just going back, especially, I want to personally, as team captain, I want to go back and see what we did, what we can improve on, because as like on Dorado there as the Mercy, I'm more of just worrying about who needs heals and who's in what positions and not really how we're diving and how our backline's handling people like that. So helps give us an overview and how we can improve and against maybe some like tougher competitors, people that are more around like the 4.2 mark like us.
Absolutely. And for the entirety of this tournament, I say it for all the teams, but I genuinely mean it. I hope we can see you guys improve, and I definitely look forward to seeing all teams get better as the tournament goes on.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much for being able to answer a few questions for us, Car.
No problem. You guys have a great day.
Likewise. And with that being said, we are going to be wrapping up this first game of the evening here. However, we will be back in about an hour. That's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who are able to tune back in, I hope you will rejoin us for another great game. But for the meantime, I've been Sir Waltham. You can catch me on Twitch at Sir Waltham or Twitter, Sir Waltham Gaming. And Reagan?
And I'm Reagan here. You can catch me on Instagram, on Twitch at ReaganOCE. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your weekend.
Have a great night.